Hi, Englewood. Sarah Stroman, one of the 4 candidates running for council at large in next week's election. I hope everyone is getting ready for the primary. I know that there's been a lack of information about all of the candidates and about me too, but I'm here. I am accessible. I have my website that this video is on. I wanted to bring up a few things and hopefully not have a very long video here. So let me cut right to the point. One of the things that I keep hearing about me is that I'm not viable, which I addressed in an email last week. I am viable. I am a woman with many years of experience in communications. I've worked in corporate communication offices for nonprofits, small businesses, and large businesses. I've traveled the world. I've started a business. I have helped grow other people's business. I am an artist. I am an entrepreneur. I am a teacher. I am empathetic, compassionate, logical, and curious, which I think is very important. Anyone who says that I'm not a viable candidate needs to question what they expect of a viable candidate and really, really think about the values that are important to them, because viability comes in different ways. And I find that when we talk about my viability, what we're really talking about is sexism. So you should also know I'm a feminist. And I do believe in the intelligence and independence and boldness of women and what they're capable of doing, we're capable of doing once we get moving. So to anyone who's passed along rumors that I've stopped running for office, nope, I haven't. I'm sorry, but not sorry at the same time. I want to address that I am a woman and that being a woman has allowed me to see the various perspectives of being a woman in politics in Englewood. And it's always interesting when you go through that yourself. We talk about racism and anti-Semitism and all those isms in Englewood, but we're not talking about sexism. And sexism is what stops a lot of voices from being heard. Last week at the city council meeting, my opponent and the incumbent made a very, very, very bullying comment in his address to the public about people staying in their lanes and not complaining, and it was aggressive and it was also condescending. And it's amazing to me that we talk about progressiveness in Englewood and yet we can sit by and allow toxic masculine behavior to still be present in the room and to shut people down. So if you want to know why I decided to run this race in particular, it was because of that. So because of a host of things, but because of that, when I had to face the Democratic committee before the line was removed, I understood the sexism in the room, and it was disgusting, and I wasn't willing to tolerate it. I'm not willing to tolerate it still. And so everybody likes to quote Gandhi about be the change you want to see in the world. And so this is me being the change that I want to see in the world, in Englewood, in this world. So I'm going to address another thing, and that is about the support that I have, because there's speculation about who's running my campaign and who's paying for my campaign and whose pocket I'm in, and there's nobody's pocket to be in. There really isn't. I am very, very, very grateful for all the support I've received in the community. There are people who have been staunch supporters of mine since I announced this. And nobody put me up to this. Nobody. The agenda is all mine. The agenda is change. That's it. I'm not lying to you. This is a fact. And the support that I've received has been from showing up to forums, showing up to city council meetings, making connections in the city, and also from connections I've already established from people that I've worked with as a volunteer in the city. This is not anything other than someone who didn't quite realize the political machine when she said yes to run. When a friend asked, would you consider running? And I said, yes, it's time. It's finally time. That was it. No one is funding this campaign. No one. I'm funding it. And it's coming from the dollars that I'm raising from my friends and my family and people who believe in me. That's where the money is coming from. The endorsements I've received, I am so grateful for them because they speak volumes to who I am as a person and to the fact that people in the community, regardless of how you might feel about them, who, from talking to me and understanding my intention in running, could say, we want to support this. And so now this comes to you voter, to you neighbor. You're not going to see street signs with my name on them because as the environmental candidate, I can't justify putting street signs up. I think that they are an environmental hazard, and we are in a time where we need to be concerned about the waste we create in this world. That's a personal commitment for me. So you're not going to see my name on signs. You'll receive emails from me. You'll see me on the street. You'll see me at city council meetings. I have done a lot in Englewood, and I haven't necessarily been loud about it. I haven't been beating the drum because sometimes volunteering or doing good work doesn't deserve to be glorified. Sometimes doing the good work just needs to be done. And so as I wrap up this video, I want it to be known that I do believe I can win this race. And I believe that because I believe in you. And I believe in the voice of the constituents. And I believe that at some point, the sexism and the bullying and the racism and the anti-Semitism and all of that needs to end. It needs to be put down so that we can move forward. After a while, we put our armor down so that we can experience something. And as we get closer to this election, I would hope that the armor we put down is so that we can come together and vote for a positive change in Englewood. That is the ask. But I understood that I couldn't really ask you that without sharing more and being transparent, which is one of the foundational values of my campaign. So I'm going to sign off now. This is a much longer video than I had anticipated. I really look forward to seeing you at the polls, and I really look forward to seeing how you vote. And I'm really hopeful for you and me and Englewood. Let's do this.